Well, hey everybody, this is JT at Rubber City Motoring here with the Trailblazer. Kind of got the front end torn off a little bit. I got some new headlights for Christmas here. Not really anything fancy other than the side here is white instead of the factory orange. And I got them made also because, you know, these start to get hazy. You can see here, these are a little dirty. But, you know, they start to get a little, I don't know, just not as fresh. So I figured a nice freshening would be good. And the other thing I'm doing, I'm trying to diagnose, I've got these trick bulbs down here on the parking lights. And what they did do was they turned on like a line of white almost. Like this whole thing looks like white. Like a white LED. And then with the, let me see here, I need... from Lily here, with these little control boxes, they would flip to orange when you flipped on your blinkers, or amber, and then they would fade back to the white as like a kind of like a running light. It kind of updated the front end. Well, my problem is I have one side doing it and one side is only blinkers. So I'm trying to diagnose that while I'm in the middle of this. If you go back a few videos, you'll see I am running on the standard bulb here, the normal running light, a LED, and I didn't upgrade my high beams yet. So I do have over here in my mess a high beam LED, which I actually already have installed into the driver's side housing. So I got these lights came with bulbs, so that's kind of nice if you're looking to do this. I will link them below. And you know, so I got to pop those out, figure out this, connect everything back together, and then we should be good to go. So I'll show you the finished product here once it's done, or at least what the lights look like. So after digging into this a little bit, my initial reaction was I thought this little resistor box, the blue one, was bad. So I ordered some of these ones, which if you're in the Trailblazer SS Society group, you guys all know TG Creative. They supply all this stuff, you know, to the group. It's good stuff. It's Trevor's sweet. He helps out with stuff. He sent me these thinking that might be the problem. I plugged that into the driver's side. Sorry, it's getting late. Same issue. I had amber, but I didn't have white. I switched the bulb over here. The problem followed the bulb, so we decided the bulb was bad. New bulbs are now in order. Long story short, though, he's got a newer setup. These are the older ones. They do the same job pretty much, but going to be swapping to the orange boxes, getting rid of the blues, and running these guys, and we should be back to normal. The other upgrade I do, which I'll show you when it's all done, I now have full LED on here. So this is the new headlight. As I showed you earlier, it's just clear. You either love it or you hate it, I think, on that. I think it looks fine. It's not, you know, crazy drastic, not ricer or anything. Some people get rid of that altogether. There's an orange bulb now in here, LED here, LED on the high beam, and then down here, you can almost spot in there the LED from TG there. So got all that. And then I have a trick set up from TG as well that does, when I hit my high beams, 1, 2, and then the parking lights, or I'm sorry, the fog lights are on as well. Parking lights should be white. So it's a lot of light going on the high beam. So I'm going to get the other resistor put on this side, get this all done, and then I'll show you the finished product here. It's dirty as anything though, so this definitely isn't show card day by any means. But it's nice to have clear headlights, not hazy. You can see, I'll give you the, they're definitely not as clear as new ones. These are about 80,000 miles and they're 12 years old, so you can see the difference. Definitely freshens up the front end though a lot with some new headlights. So here we go, final steps. So other than it being a little dirty, they're in. New lights, nice and snazzy, clean, clear. Now I'm going to show you sort of what's going on here. Kind of cut this together. Now, LEDs, the refresh rate and all that stuff, I'm not sure how to line them up with the camera, but we'll give this the best shot. And if it looks crazy, apologies, but here we go. So the first one you're going to see here is parking lights. Okay, so hopefully these are showing up all right. Got the white down there, and then up there still orange. Trying to be somewhat legal. And, you know, if you back up here, you see it just almost comes across like a strip on the bottom. Some people ask, like, well, how'd you get that, you know, to be like a strip of LED down there? Well, it's not. It's just the way it shows. And if you go close, you can actually see the bulb. And then on the side there, I did put an orange bulb to go with that clear side there. Okay, so next up here, let me put on the low beams. Now, if you go back a few videos ago, these LEDs are still running. They were a sponsored review. And, you know, give them props. The only negative, if you care, is that sound. They are a fanned LED bulb. And they were free. You know, they sent them my way to review, so I'm not going to complain. But definitely a fan noise there. They look really nice inside that housing. I'm not sure if that'll show up because it looks just white on my viewfinder here. So that's that side there. Now we're going to do that middle one, which is the high beams. Now, like I said before, I have it wired up where my high beams kick on and the low beams stay on, and even the fog lights down here I'll turn on, which the fog lights are going to look pretty garbage here. Watch this. So here's full power mode. Everything's on. Low beam, high beam, parking light there, and then the candles down on the bottom there, which are the fog lights. And I'm sure I could upgrade those to something white and clean and better looking, because like right now they literally look like two candles from the mall down there, but whatever. And there you go. All the lights are on. Everything seems to be clean and clear. So time will tell how long all this stuff lasts, but yeah, LEDs are pretty tough. So, and when I talked to TG Creative, they kind of said that you know, this parking light thing down here isn't a normal failure. So fingers crossed on that one that doesn't happen again. It's not that it's that hard, but that's that. So I will link everything below that I can link to get this stuff if you want this setup or you like this setup. Shout out to Trevor over there at TG Creative. Didn't sponsor any of this, but he definitely has been a breath of fresh air into the Trailblazer community. Lots of good stuff, and also he backs his products. He'll help you out if you have any issues. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Rubber City Motoring here. This is the latest on the Trailblazer though. So have a good one.